Dangerous, the most dangerous man here. This is the one that you see the shadow in the back of the room. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one directing traffic. He's pulling the shots. He is the most dangerous. Because he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. He has others to do his business.
Fbg Duck, Zell Munna, the FOIA investigation paperwork. Let's talk about it. If you ask me, that paperwork is real. I've been locked up for attempted murder and drug cases more than once, and every time I get arrested, I ask for a motion of discovery and get all my paperwork, and I study my own paperwork, especially when I had attempted murder charges. I study my own paperwork, and I even helped with certain things to help my lawyer be able to figure out some things that he didn't see, right? When you got a high-ass bond and you sit in the cell, you can just study your paperwork and go through it and find certain things that your lawyer might not find, right? The paperwork was not released by the feds. It's actually a state paperwork before the feds picked it up. This paperwork was requested by kids that follow the drill movement. They filed for FOIA requests where you got the rights to get paperwork as long as the case is not open. They were already arrested, the investigation was done. So whoever requested for this paperwork on Reddit got the paperwork from the Chicago Police Department itself. You know how we've been getting all this footage of Melly getting arrested, Duck getting arrested, Little J getting arrested, all these footages that have been released recently? This is what's going on. So these kids that follow the drill movement are filing for FOIA requests on arrest records, video footage, and stuff like that. And this is how we getting all this stuff being released on Reddit and social media, right? So that's what's going on. This is not the feds. This is not the police station leaking this stuff out on purpose. This is random kids that follow the drill music requesting for the information, and then they're just releasing it on social media. Another thing, Zell didn't even snitch to the police. Zell literally confessed to the nurse about what he did while he was high on the PCP and weed. Yes, he did confess to the nurse, spoke about a backpack with $10,000 and the murder weapon inside. He confessed to the nurse that he had a backpack and he thought he had it in the hospital with him, and he didn't. Later on, they were able to confirm that he wasn't lying about the backpack because they was able to pull the footage from when he got brought into the hospital, and they could see a backpack unattended and then see somebody grab the backpack and walk away with it. So he didn't lie about that. But when the police did question him about it, because the nurse did report that he was talking crazy about a murder that happened in downtown, so the cops came over and did question him. When the cops questioned Zell, he refused to answer any questions, and he did admit to lying about it. He said, I lied about it. I like to take credit for things I didn't do. So at that time, remember, this was literally the day after Fbg Duck passed away. So right after that, they didn't have a lot of the evidence and video footage and statements and anything just yet. It was so fresh that when they asked them questions and they were looking at the footage, the only footage they had at the time, they were able to say he didn't match the description and let him go. So people was like, oh, they said they didn't have enough evidence against him and let him go. How you saying that was him? Listen, further on in the paperwork, you can see that it did mention that Zell Munna would have been arrested and was identified by witnesses and video footage. So it noted that he was a suspect and he was identified, and he did commit suicide with a handgun. He did not OD. So I'm just clearing everything up. He didn't snitch. He confessed to the nurse. He didn't talk to the police. So yes, he fucked up some way, somehow by confessing to the nurse, right? And that guilt trip was probably letting his team down, letting his members down, was what brought him to commit suicide. He probably was like, one, I ain't going to jail because it's going to come up that I mentioned it to the nurse. You know what I mean? So he was probably like, yo, I'm taking myself out. I'm not going to live with going to jail and then having to live with feeling like I let my gang members down, right? But to make it clear, he didn't snitch to the police about nothing when he was asked about the murder. Now, if you ask me, THF Crack was the one that got the location. Those two dudes that were inside the store and the security guard recorded them making a phone call saying Duck was out there. Yeah, Whoever them two dudes is, and THF 46 crack was in O Block. They called him. He was in O Block when the phone call came in. He's the one that gave the drop to Moo Up and them saying, yo, I just got the call. Duck is downtown right now. Drop a like and a comment if you want me to continue with the story. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Let's get it.
I'm a grave digger.
I gotta be the most underrated nigga in these YouTube streets, man. I gotta be. Subscribe, like, and comment in this bitch. Join the movement. Let's get it.
Omegadrip exclusive.
I'm a grave digger. Line shit out like Blaze, nigga.